Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take a whole heap of sources, articles, notes, research, and just, dive headfirst into it all.
Yeah, trying to pull out the key stuff, the insights.
Exactly. It's kind of your shortcut to being really well informed, maybe with a few surprises along the way, hopefully keep you hooked.
Mhm.
So today, we're doing something genuinely different. Our mission is to unpack some really specific and honestly kind of puzzling bits of language.
Fragments, really?
Yes, fragments, found in a very raw, almost chaotic source.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is the source?
Okay, get ready for this. It's excerpts from the transcript of the Katy Perry ETFT Kanye West official music video.
Wait, the transcript from YouTube.
The transcript,
Yeah.
uploaded on the Katy Perry VEVO channel. Yes, you heard that right. We are deep diving a music video transcript.
Okay. That is unconventional.
Right. So the challenge is, what can we possibly learn from data like this?
Mm.
Especially when it's so, raw and fragmented, seems totally random.
It certainly presents some unique interpretation issues.
Honestly, when I first saw this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Analyzing this, it sounds completely bonkers.
Huh. Yeah, it does seem a bit out there.
But that's why I'm so excited. It's such an unexpected way to explore how we make sense of, well, information, especially weird information. So let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so unpacking this thing. When we first started looking, the initial words, the sounds, they're incredibly fragmented.
Like what sort of things?
Well, you see just and then interestingly, a bunch of words that look French, like oui.
Which is like a very casual, yeah, in French.
Exactly. Then Didier or pâté, yuan, then way again, which is like a doubtful, yeah. Another imon leka, and it just keeps going like that. Ja, it, ou pas.
Or not.
Right. Now, qui ça te est, ce qui parle bas, and just, oh, it's like noise.
Yeah, it sounds like transcription static, almost. Like the machine just picked up everything.
My first reaction was, are we decoding some kind of, I don't know, Cold War message by mistake?
Yeah. Huh. Well, it's fascinating because it shows perfectly what automated transcription actually does and its limits.
So,
Well, these algorithms, they work by matching sounds, phones, to massive databases of language. They're converting sound waves to text.
okay.
But they don't understand it like a human. They often struggle to tell who is speaking, for instance, speaker diarization, it's called.
Right.
And they tend to treat all sounds equally. A main vocal line, someone talking in the background, even just a non-verbal sound like M, it all gets processed.
So it doesn't know that M isn't as important as, say, a lyric.
Exactly. It doesn't get context. It just hears a sound, finds the closest match in its data, and writes it down. Raw input, raw output.
That makes perfect sense. It's like a super sensitive microphone hooked up to a dictionary, but with no brain attached.
Pretty much. A very powerful but not very discerning microphone.
Okay, so that's kind of stage one of our linguistic dig here. Ambient noise, French bits, ums, and ahs.
Yeah, the baseline clutter you might expect.
But then it gets significantly weirder. As we kept looking through this transcript, the type of fragment started to change quite a bit.
Oh, how so?
We started finding things that seemed more like distinct phrases, but also, well, let's just say highly unexpected, even provocative maybe,
Yeah.
especially with zero context.
Okay, like what? Give me examples.
All right, so we see an Obama, just like that. Then de be, which is French again, sort of like basically or fundamental.
Okay.
Then just be, the letter. Then le chef, the boss or the chief. Then bien, which means good or well. Vous, the formal you.
Yeah.
And then this one really stands out. Je tue la CIA.
Which means I kill the CIA.
Exactly. I killed the CIA. Just sitting there in the transcript of a Katy Perry music video. It really throws you for a loop.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a shift from M and way.
Wow.
And this is really where the deep dive aspect comes in, isn't it?
I think so.
Because when you find phrases like an Obama or especially je tue la CIA,
Yeah.
totally isolated like that, it forces a huge question. What does this actually mean in terms of understanding the source? Is it a glitch in the transcription, a mistake?
Or someone talking way off in the background, maybe. On set.
Could be. Or a TV on somewhere. Maybe even a line from an early draft of the song that got scrapped but somehow lingered in the audio.
So many possibilities.
And what's fascinating isn't just the lack of context. It's what it tells us about what the automatic system decided was a sound worth transcribing. It makes you realize raw data isn't just missing context. Sometimes it contains stuff that was never meant to be captured or shared.
Like digital debris.
Exactly. Stuff that should have been edited out, or maybe it was just unavoidable background noise. It's a common side effect of these automated processes.
And, we absolutely have to stress here, like we always do on the deep dive, we are just reporting the words that are in this source material.
Critically important.
We're endorsing anything, especially with phrases like "en Obama" or "je tu la tia." Our whole point is just, look, these words are present in this raw data, and that presents a real challenge for interpretation.
It does.
But wouldn't someone just seeing "je tu la chia" immediately think something, problematic, even if it is out of context? How do you deal with that shock value versus needing analysis?
That's a really crucial point you're hitting on there, because if you zoom out and connect this to how we generally consume information now,
Especially online, yeah.
right, from digital sources, maybe automatically generated stuff, this whole exercise, this deep dive, it really highlights something critical, the absolute necessity of not just looking for context, but really questioning the source itself and how the information was collected.
So don't just take the data dump as fact.
Exactly. When you see something like "je tu la chia" just appear out of nowhere, that initial reaction might be strong. You might jump to a conclusion.
Understandably.
But the real skill, the discipline, is to pause, to not draw firm conclusions from these little isolated bits of data, and maybe more importantly, to understand the limitations of the tech that produced the data.
So knowing it came from an automated transcript changes how you view the weird phrases.
It has to. The sheer randomness, the mix of languages, the non sequiturs, it's baffling without the full picture. And maybe understanding that bafflement is the actual insight here.
So, okay, what does this all boil down to?
Yeah.
The main challenge with this very unusual source is pretty clear. How on earth do you make sense of information when it's this broken up, this fragmented, when there's no obvious story?
Yeah, it defies easy narrative.
Yeah, and it makes you think,
Yeah.
how do you, the listener, usually handle the flood of information you get every day? When you see stuff that feels disconnected, like this transcript, or maybe a weird tweet, or just random noise, how do you personally find meaning? Or decide not to find meaning?
It's a good question to ask ourselves.
So this has been, well, genuinely surprising, this deep dive into the Katy Perry E.T. transcript.
It's definitely not what I expected to be discussing today.
Me neither. But it shows how even a seemingly random mess of words can actually teach us something pretty profound about information itself.
How it gets collected, processed.
And most importantly, how we interpret it, or struggle to. We saw everything from just sounds like M and French fillers like wow.
All the way to really distinct, even startling phrases like "en Obama" and "je tu la chia."
Yeah, it's a really powerful reminder that data doesn't always come neatly packaged, does it?
Not at all. And it underscores the value of looking critically at all sources, even the ones that seem like pure chaos at first.
Right.
It teaches us about needing context, about being rigorous when we analyze things, and, maybe most importantly, about the danger of making assumptions based on incomplete scraps.
Don't jump to conclusions based on fragments.
Pretty much. There's always more going on beneath the surface if you're willing to look closely and ask questions instead of assuming answers.
So a final thought for you, our listener.
Yeah.
When you are faced with information that feels disconnected or just plain nonsensical, could be a raw transcript like this, could be a weird social media post, a soundbite ripped out of context, what new questions does that make you ask?
Questions about the source itself, how it was made.
Yeah, or even about your own way of understanding things. What hidden insights might actually be hiding in those apparent disconnects if you dig a little deeper? And how could asking those questions change how you approach information tomorrow?